Welcome back. This is Mr. Lindsay with part 2 to our worm's eye view and 1-point perspective drawing of our buildings. So we did this last time. In this video we're going to add details to these buildings. So I have a sample here that I did with a Sharpie so you could see it better on the screen. I went over it with Sharpie. So we're going to actually turn these buildings into something like that with these details. That's the next step in this drawing. So right now I have my buildings, the sky, but the buildings are all blank. There's nothing on them. So I can start wherever I want. Maybe I'll start with this one right here. Now remember that point. I still have a dot on mine. There's my original vanishing point. When I draw things, I have to imagine they get smaller as they go up. So if I drew a door on here, I'm going to draw these lines lined up with the edge of the building a little bit. So there, see how it lines up with the edge? This one's going to line up with the edge of the building. And then I draw the top. Now in the middle, I can draw a line, I can draw a handle. Those are the doors to my building. Okay, so that's how I would get into that building. Oh, that's a little bit better. Now, once I'm in the building, I can have windows on the top and go to the details on the top. So I'm going to draw my windows on top here. So I'm going to draw maybe 1, 2, 3 windows. And then I'll go up and draw 3 more, but they need to be a little smaller. And if I want to draw more, they'd have to be really small. As they go up, they get smaller. That's the idea, just like we did with that snowman project. Things get smaller as they go up. Okay, I'm going to turn it and then make another door. Maybe this door is going to be curved. Draw a line in the middle, handles, and then on top I could do my windows any way I want. Maybe the windows match the door. 1, 2, 3. And then do 3 more, a little smaller. And I'm not going to have room for any more, so I could leave it like that. I could even draw lines in the windows if I want. So you kind of come up with how you want your buildings to look. Now I'm going to turn it over, move to the next set of windows, and on these windows and doors, it's kind of up to you how you want to make it. They could all be a little different. So maybe this one here, I will do the top or the sides like this, and see how this curves a little bit. Maybe I'll make the top of my door curve a little bit. Okay, and then put a line down the middle. Handles. I could title this building. I could call it whatever I want. Like I had one on my other one that said video games on it. You could call this the Fortnite building, the Minecraft building, or I'm just going to write video games on mine. So you could really make it whatever you want. So this is like a video game store. Okay, windows on my store, maybe I do this. I'm going to draw a big box up here and put some lines this way and some lines that way, like it's one big giant window. Okay, turn it, I'm onto this. Because of the shape here, I made a little sample, and on my sample I had a Lego building, so maybe this will be that. So here's going to be my door. Here, my handles or knobs to open the door, and then on this one I'll just draw some Legos. And I could always color some of this later, so if I really wanted to, I could color these Legos in. Okay, so there is my Lego building, and I could write Lego on there, or Lego store, or whatever I want. So I think you get the idea of just turning around, adding things to your building, adding a door. Maybe this one has a sign on the front. I did one on my others that said pet store, so maybe this would be the pet store. Okay, and then I could add some windows to this. 4 windows across, and then I'll do another row of 4. Just remember, if you think about it as you work your way up, make the windows get smaller. It looks a little bit more like a 3D building if things get smaller as you go to the top. So keep going around and then complete this. Okay, this one, I'm going to just draw some lines on it this way. There, I'll say that one's done. Last couple buildings, and then I will move on to a little bit of color on this, but you can really do anything. This could be a shoe store. I could do whatever I want. Maybe I'll make a little sign that says shoe store on this. And then draw my, maybe this one has several doors on it. There we go, it has 4 doors across. Some windows. Maybe this just has one thing of windows here. And I'm on to my last one, and I'm going to make this another curved door. And then I didn't do too many of those curved windows, so maybe I'll do that again. Okay. But you can add details to yours the way you want. You can have some more fun with it. I just kept it simple, but like I said, I did a video game store, Lego store, pet store. You could do all sorts of different kinds of stores if you want. Each store could be some of your favorites. Maybe you have maybe it's your favorite restaurant. Maybe you turn one into a restaurant. But that's the main idea. And then when you're all done, you can add a little color. Like maybe I color these Legos. Maybe I color my signs. I definitely would color the sky to make it look like the sky. Maybe a light blue, or if it's really warm out, you could make it something else. So it's kind of up to you what kind of color you want to do for that. Let me see if I can find a lighter blue in my set. Yeah, this will work. I'll just color lightly. So if this is the sky area, I'll just lightly color it in. Okay, you don't have to color it too dark, but it'll only make the building stand out with the sky being colored in. And like I said, if you want it to be a warmer day, your sky could be yellows or oranges. I just chose blue for mine. Leave the clouds white, and then color in that sky nicely. So this is your 1-point perspective drawing, we call it. And we remember the worm's eye view, but like I said, instead of snowmen, we did this one with buildings, but it's the same idea. So let me show you again just to kind of review that. There's our worm's eye view. You see how those snowmen look like they're really tall buildings? Well, that's how we did it. We did it just like that. So why don't you go ahead and try yours, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with for your buildings.